Chinmay Pandya.
Thank you, Professor Ford. Very good afternoon to all of you, and a warm, relatively warm, 42 degrees centigrade in Delhi. Namaste from India. We have been here, I think, for last 72 hours, and we have been talking about global covenant of religion. And this afternoon, someone asked me a question in the lunchtime, and that's what I'm going to talk about. He asked me that what covenant means for India, because it's a term emerging out of Abrahamic tradition. What does it mean for India, and what can India bring to the table? So I'm just going to answer these two questions in the next 5 minutes. First of all, when trying to understand the covenant from an Indian point of view, I remember a Sanskrit saying, and it says that never measure a distance that you have covered individually, but look for the one that you have covered together. So when unfortunately we look at our collective travel as mankind or humanity, whatever we call it, we look at our journey together, we would find that most of the pages of our history books are soaked in the cascade of blood, and that too in the name of religion. So this question, I think, is of equal importance in India as it is here, that how as civilized society we can allow religion, which is such a profound experience for humanity, to get poisoned with hatred, intolerance and violence. How could we permit a bunch of ill-directed individuals to take the lives of innocent men and women right in front of our eyes? And like Einstein said, I remember he said that the world is a dangerous place to live, not only because of those who are evil, but also because of them who are good and won't do anything about it. And I think this is the time, this is the place, this is the way that good people should be united to provide a global, resolute, determined response to protect the lives of innocent. And that, to me, is the meaning of GCR. That no matter how we do it, but we should have genuine intention to work together for a good cause, being together to fight for something that is not right for the society. And as far as covenant is concerned, I am not a theologian. Like Professor Ford said, I am a trained doctor, and I have got limited understanding of the word theology and also the covenant. But what I understand from discussing with other people, that in India, the way we live is actually the understanding of the covenant. We live with something which we call as the sahacharya, which is living together while respecting each other. That, in India, I don't know whether the people, all of you are aware of, but in India we have got 22 official languages, 1600 spoken languages, 3,000 listed cultures by the United Nations, and somehow we developed this philosophy that we all can learn to live together even while keeping our differences together. So that to me is the Indian understanding of covenant, that we need to find this genuine love, trust, respect and admiration for each other, even while keeping our religious identities intact, even while acknowledging our integral differences, and even while knowing that other person can have a different belief system than me, because no inter-religious communication can survive without us trusting each other. In Sanskrit we say Udar Charitanam to Sudhaiva Kutumbakam, which means that those who have got love, trust and compassion for each other, for them the whole world is nothing but a big family. And although there is no English translation for it, but Professor Ford made a wonderful contemporary transliteration in Jordan by saying that this initiative would only sustain if there are daring friendships in the middle. And I would sincerely urge people, I don't know what is the future of the GCR, but I really know that if there is daring friendship in the middle, if people are really committed that they want to work together, something beautiful would come out of it. So I would urge people to come out for this kind of trust for each other. And I would also like to ask that we should take this opportunity to develop a common language for us to understand each other. Because every religion is important, and every religion has got a corresponding idea that is necessary for its preservation. But without us developing a good religious literacy, an understanding of each other, we would continue to find reasons to fight each other, trust each other, distrust each other, hate each other. And I think the scriptural reasoning model that is in the essence of this sort of understanding is very important for this initiative to sustain. It's also important for me to quote Pandit Sriram Sharma Acharya, a groundbreaking scholar from India, a great theologian himself. He translated all ancient books of Sanskrit to Hindi, wrote 3,200 books on top of that, and started a revolutionary movement that I belong to. Professor Ford already mentioned, 100 million members. and he talked about 4 founding principles for any kind of global understanding to be achieved, and I quoted them in Jordan. I would like to quote them here. He said ekta, which is solidarity for the cause. He talked about samata, equality of all participating members. Shuchita, which is sacredness as the driving force, and mamta, which is compassion as the binding force. And I strongly believe that if whatever we wish to achieve here, and these principles are very important, vital in achieving what we would wish to accomplish here. And lastly, very lastly, I think I am just about to hit the time. I would like to remind everyone here that about a month ago, almost on the same date, our region in the Himalayas, Nepal and India, witnessed an earthquake of massive proportion. Just only 2 weeks ago, I was there with my father to start a relief camp, and we are supporting about 20,000 people there at the moment. And right now, and the sacred energy of all major religions are here in this room, I would like to borrow your wishes and prayers for the victims of this tragedy. And I sincerely wish that, apart from our combined and joint prayers for this, for their health and well-being, the news of us standing together for a better cause would heal the hearts of those who really look at us with hope and belief. Thank you.